Stop learning more shapes. Start protecting one thing: melody identity. Because the real problem on guitar is not harmony, it is that your idea dies the moment you move. My name is Junon Choi. I am an educated jazz guitarist and I passed down the apprenticeship I trained in to jazz guitar lovers. In this series, I show how melody becomes a connected fretboard language without getting trapped in positions. And today, using Misty, I am going to show you how to keep the same musical sentence while your hands move diagonally. This is not my main episode where I rotate training standards. This diagonal harmony series has one job: melody versus movement. We learn to move without resetting the story. Mist is perfect because it is lyrical and lyrical melodies expose one thing fast. If you switch positions, like switching topics, the song disappears. Most players do not lose the right notes, they lose continuity. They play a nice phrase, then the hand shifts, and suddenly it is different voice, different sentence, different intent. So the first goal is not theory, it is identity. If your line keeps the identity, harmony can change underneath and the listeners stays with you. Here's what I want you to do with Misty. Do not analyze everything yet, just find two things. First, arrival notes, where the melody feels like it lands. Second, sentence shape, how the melody breathes, lean to the release, question to the answer. Sometimes the arrival is the third, sometimes it is not. The point is, the melody already tells you what matters. So let me show you what I mean. So on this Misty melody, the first thing I played was not in the chart, but it is in the recordings. Most of times they play the five chord of the tune before even the tune starts. Usually the first melody on top, and then tune starts. The first land point is the seventh degree of the tune, of the chord, and then it moves in this chord structure, but where it lands again is just half step below, but not in this low position. We go over here, right? And then in this chord structure, and the melody already dictates what we need to see on the fretboard. With this root and this shape, this is Django Line, right? And then when it goes down to the other land point, third of the next chord, and then next point, By the way, this movement is right on the Wes line, right? And when it lands this point, the chords, again, the structure move to this Django line. Right? And then it goes to, the chords goes to the 1-6-5, and the melody lands point is the third of the 1-6-5 chord. So 1 over here, E flat major 7, C minor 7, the E flat the third, A flat, the chord is F minor, the third, D natural, the chord is B flat 7, and then 3, 6, 2, 5, and then melody starts again. So notice that I did not invent the direction. I borrowed direction from the composer. Let's clear this up. Django Line and Wes Line are the same job. They are not lick categories. They are two guitar dialects that solve one problem. How do you keep melody identity while the line travels diagonally across the neck? So today, we are not worshiping names. We are building a travel system. You do not move diagonally because you want a new position. You move because the melody identity demands range. The phrase demands a smoother register, and the sentence must continue without a restart. So the rule is move your hands, do not move your story. Same anchors, same sentence, same voice, different harmonic functions. I will show you what I mean. Same anchor, same sentence, same voice, but different harmonic functions. So, from the beginning of the tune, right, over here, and then it goes to this shell voicing, and the melody already dictates the Django line, right? And then when it goes to the 5 chord right next to, still we are staying in the same line. And then when it moves to, this is a third of the A flat, and we play the Wes line, right? So these two lines, this and is the same sound, same intervals to the chord, but this works as a different functional harmony it plays. 2-5 is the same function. The A flat major, the one chord is a tonic. 2-5 is non-tonic. So in the 2-5, once you pick the one particular line, the structure, it stays there same. And then you change to the other dialect. And then it goes again, right? close to the bridge after that. But now, this is where people get distracted. They ask, is that from the third, or from the fifth, or from the seventh? Because we're talking about the upper structure. But this is wrong question. When the melody identity is protected and the diagonal connection is working, the chord color you call upper structure appears inside the line. Not as a separate choice, as a result of melodic movement plus voice leading. So do not chase labels, chase the sentence. The goal is not can you play Django Line or can you play Wes Line. The goal is can you keep one melody identity and switch dialects without breaking the story. That is the goal. That is what makes the fretboard feel connected. Right? So let me show you one more example of how I'm playing. So here is the practice. The pass 1. Melody identity only. Play the melody like a singer and mark arrivals where it lands. Pass 2. Diagonal treble. Django Line. Same anchors continuous sentence. And pass 3 is another diagonal treble with Wes Line. Is the same anchors but stronger confirmation because it is lands on the tonic function. If you can do this, the neck stops being boxes. It becomes one connected voice. If you want the foundation that makes this feel obvious, you can start essential building blocks on my website. It is 2 hours of free lesson. You just need to register on the website, and there's categorized sections with all these ideas, so you can learn from there with 2-hour free lessons with free PDF files. And if you want to see this inside real master playing, how a guitarist keeps clarity and melody connected in real lines, you can start on the jazz icon, Wes's Inside. You can find, I will put the link down below. In there, Wes's Inside, I transcribe Fly Me to the Moon, All the Things You Are, and The Autumn Leaves, played by Wes Montgomery. By the way, The Autumn Leaves is unreleased record of Wes played, so I just transcribed just one chorus of his solo in his Logic. Wes Line. Where is the Wes Line? Where is the melody? Where he sees his line on the fretboard. So next diagonal harmony episode, we will take another melody that forces diagonal treble and build another piece of connected fretboard language. So I will see you in next video. So until I see you, keep swinging. Thank you.